running a business is a tough and lonely journey. Welcome to the Executives on the Front Lines podcast, where business owners and C-suite executives like you will get real answers to your everyday business problems. I'm your host, Jeff Palacio, and together we will learn from senior leaders who have occupied every top box of a company's org chart for every size organization and who like to roll up their sleeves while checking their egos at the door. Welcome to another episode of Executives on the Front Lines. I'm your host, Jeff Palacio. Very excited about today's episode because this is the first time we're having a client of Exec HQ on the podcast. Our guest today is Brian Simmons of NDS Solutions. Brian, welcome to the podcast.
Well, Jeff, thank you for having me on. I'm a big podcast nut myself, and so I'm honored to be on for my first official podcast.
Well, we're honored to have you as your first podcast.
Thank you, man. Thanks a lot. And so NDS, let me tell you a little bit about NDS and myself briefly. NDS is a B2B sales company at its core, and we help businesses with needs in printing and promotional products, everything from branded apparel like I'm wearing to mugs and giveaways to online company stores. We set those up for our customers for online portals for them to do ordering. And we also do a lot of trade shows and events in terms of booth solutions and giveaways and those kind of things. And we really focus on being a single source for our customers. A lot of times businesses have to go to different vendors and suppliers for these different things that we offer. And with us, we're a single source solution, and that has been a real benefit for our customers over 25 years. Myself, I am a family man. I'm 31 years old. I don't know what happened. I blinked and all of a sudden I was 10 years out of college and with a family and wife and a beautiful son and beautiful wife. You know, I'm in this journey and point in my life where the business is taking off and there's a lot of responsibilities there and responsibilities of being a dad and it's an exciting time
yeah, that's a great summary. Thank you for that. And yeah, we're all challenged. I talk to a lot of executives, and you know, we're all challenged with that work-life balance and family and work. But I'm sure you're doing a great job on that. So, what challenges did you need help with, and how did you find Exec HQ and one of its principals, Baron Lucas?
So about 6 months ago, we were connected with Exec HQ and Baron specifically through a mutual friend or mutual business friend, really. And initially, we were concerned with succession planning. So as I mentioned, my father's our president. We've always had this plan and this kind of vision for me to be the next in line and for me to take over the business. And we kind of just always hoped that it would have legs for the next generation, right? It was just kind of a thought in our mind, and we definitely did things to work towards that, but we never had a solid plan or a solid roadmap to do that. So initially it was succession and how do we transition and how do we prepare the company for a transition and make sure it has legs for the future. Once we got going, Exec HQ, for those who don't know, does a fantastic introduction assessment, I would say, where we as the client go through it and we fill it out and tell Exec HQ where we feel we are. And Exec HQ also does an assessment on NDS with the information that we give them. And we found very quickly that before we really planned for succession, we have a lot of things in our company that we needed to address. I mean, things that we just didn't think about and didn't have front of mind. So initially it was succession. Once we did the assessment, it changed into a lot of other areas. And looking back now, you know, even over the last few months, we are so much further ahead now than where we started. And it's funny because we didn't think about some of those things as being crucial to our succession plan, but they absolutely are. And those other things that we didn't think of that Exec HQ kind of revealed to us and that we're working on is what's going to take us to the next generation and to the next level and get us to where we want to be. So initially the assessment process was really eye-opening and great for us to see, you know, not only what we had in mind, but what Exec HQ and Barron specifically is recommended for us to do and kind of a roadmap for us going forward, which is
Yeah,
fantastic.
yeah, very interesting. So let's talk about the succession planning first. So you're preparing to, lead the company into the next generation of growth and the evolution. So that's fantastic. So how is Exec HQ helping you and your dad in that preparation?
I could probably sit here and talk to you for half an hour about how Exec HQ has helped us, and that's the honest truth. Um, in short, uh, Exec HQ is giving us a fantastic roadmap for our future. The We're going through a planning process with Barron, and it's um, it's preparing us in ways that we didn't know that we needed to prepare. You know, when you're on this journey as a business owner, sometimes you know that a lot of things need to get done. You know that you need to do a lot of things, but for us, it was difficult to know what we needed to do at what time, what we needed to be doing now versus what we should do in 6 months. And more than anything, Exec HQ has given us this incredible roadmap and guidance as we grow and as we plan for succession. And it's been hugely valuable for us as leadership, for our employees, for our customers, and we're really excited and thankful for it.
Yeah, I know Barron basically he had 30-year career as a Marine colonel when he retired, running a 1,500 fighter pilot squadron in the Marines, and he's taken that planning process. I know planning and execution process into his corporate life and being a former in the investment banking space, a COO and a CEO. Any specifics you want to talk about in that planning and execution process he's taking you through? And it seems like it's working very well for you.
Yes, yeah. Um, it's a very detail-oriented process. No stone is left unturned, if you will. And um, Baron has worked very diligently with us to make sure that we address what needs to be addressed, and we follow up with that either as leadership or with our sales staff with what we expect from them and inspect, right? Um, but in general, it has been a great experience working with Baron on this because he brings a different perspective than what we have. He brings a different discipline level than what realistically what we had. We thought, 6 months ago we'd tell you that we were very disciplined. We weren't disciplined to the level that we needed to be, and that became very clear, and that's a win, right? Those are the things that as a business owner and a business person that you want to call out. You want to call out your shortfalls and not only call them out, but you want to have a plan for it. So in Barron's planning process, one of the things that sticks out to me is there's never an issue or a concern that either isn't assigned to somebody to try to fix it or that doesn't have a part of our planning process around it. It gives us a lot of confidence as a company to take these steps and to make these changes because we know that we're thinking through everything and we're thinking through it the right way. And again, that roadmap and that guidance that this plan has provided is just giving us all a ton of confidence and a ton of confidence with our customers and our direction and even just telling our story of our company. It's really I don't want to say revitalized, but it has given us new life and new excitement and um, uh, just a great direction overall.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Barron's helping you with the succession planning. That uncovered some things, and he got into, he implemented his planning and execution process, which
Yeah.
is great. Any other things Barron is helping the company with?
In case you can't tell, I love Baron to death already.
I love
He's
him
been,
too.
you
I'm
know,
afraid of him, but I love him.
yeah, first, yeah, absolutely. But Barron has spent an incredible amount of time with not only Bob and myself, but our leadership team. Barron has come on sales calls and sales team meetings with our team members. Barron has been there when we did a big meeting with our sales team to kind of reveal our plan and, and bring everybody in the fold for what the future has, and Baron was there for us. So, you know, an incredible amount of hours that Baron's put in, that Exec HQ has put in for us. But it's been impressive to me how much he's been involved to really see these objectives and goals through, and not just we're going to meet with this guy once a week and we're going to come up with this plan and oh, see you later. Not at all. It's the complete opposite, and that's been really helpful for us as we navigate this. Personally, Baron's done a good amount of executive coaching with me as well. So about once a week we get together and we do an hour-long session, and he's coaching me up. You know, for me individually, I know that I need that coaching. I think, you know, anybody in business should always be looking to be coached and get better, right? But for me as a young person going into a position of leadership, that time of coaching and just things I need to think about, things I need to be prepared for, how I need to handle myself. Those things have been incredibly important for me, and have, I believe, helped me take another step in my personal growth too. So again, there's a lot of things to name, but it's been so much more than just an executive plan. It's been so much more than just a little bit of guidance. It's been with leadership with our team, and we're really thankful for that. You know, Baron has just done a fantastic job, and we look forward to continuing to partner with him and his HQ.
Yeah, I mean, I've almost been working with Barron about a year. I interviewed him on my own personal podcast called The Corporate Couch, and he's like a mini masterclass in leadership. So going through his 9 month coaching process has to be just phenomenal. And I think, you know, you're obviously at the, time in your career where it's amazing. But even if you're a 55-year-old, CEO, president of a division or whatever. I mean, everybody needs coaching. It's just,
Yeah.
you're going to be at different points. So yeah, I love that. So any closing thoughts about your engagement with Exec HQ, and specifically, has it helped? Have you seen a difference with your clients and or prospects through this journey you've had with Exec HQ?
I've been really impressed with how Exec HQ and Baron have taken the time to get to know our business. It's funny when, you know, we'll have Baron on a call and he's either introducing something or talking about one of our lines of business. It's almost I have to do a double take, like, is this guy one of our executives? Because he just knows us so well already, and we really appreciate that. We have seen a really nice impact, both internally and with our customers. Again, because our planning process is so detailed, because we are, I mean, we literally revamped our lines of business. You know, we recategorized them, we restructured them. Um, you know, and as a sales company, it's all about making sales. You know, the more sales we make, the company does better, our employees do better, and our customers do better, right? And just even in the last few months of really starting this process, we've seen a great benefit with our customers and our employees. And I think internally, our staff is really excited about the direction that we're going. You know, for us being in business 25 years, even if you're in business for 5 years, things can get stagnant. You know, we all get caught up in the churn of I've got to do this, my daily tasks, and sometimes we fall off thinking about working on the business, right, and not in the business.
Right.
Um, and and that shift for us is moving us to another level. And I think our employees are just um, excited and responding well to this. Our customers we're sharing this with a lot of our clients, especially our big clients. Say, hey, we're going through this executive coaching, or just what I've shared with you, and that's and our clients are excited about it too, right?
Sure.
And so it's helping us be better. It's helping us serve our clients better. And ultimately, long term, it's helping us have the footing for the future. And so I just, not just because I'm on the podcast, but I really have nothing but great things to say about Exec HQ and Baron. And it's been everything that was advertised, if you will. You know, when we came on, did the initial meeting, it sounded like a lot. It is a lot. It's a lot of work for us as leadership, for our staff, for Baron, for Exec HQ. But everything that was promised to us has been delivered and more. And we hope as a client of Exec HQ that we've been the same. But it's really been a fantastic relationship.
Yeah, no, thank you for that. I mean, and thank you for being a customer and a client of Exec HQ. We're honored that you chose Executives on the Front Lines being your first podcast, probably the first of many. Uh, we'll include the NDS Solutions website and your email address in case anybody wants to contact you in the episode description. So, Brian, thank you so much for being on the Executives on the Front Lines today.
Thanks for having me, Jeff.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Executives on the Front Lines. If you are interested in learning more about today's guest, you can schedule a 15-minute call with them by scanning the QR code or using the link in the episode description. Please join me every 2 weeks to learn from another great leader sharing insight that can help you and your business.